Aaron.
Here.
Why didn't you say it the first time I said Aaron?
Because it's pronounced Aaron?
You done messed up, Aaron!
Aaron's right here, everyone, for a little bit more SPTV, where every day is a great day not to be in a cult. Well, you done messed up, Ashton. I guess when it rains, it pours. I mean, the timing on this could not be worse. Kind of a perfect storm for Ashton Kutcher right now. The federal government has fined Ashton and Mila $1 million. Now, I know what you're thinking. Did these guys get fined for writing a letter vouching for Danny Masterson's character? No, of course not. Of course not. Did they get fined by the federal government for publishing what may arguably be the worst apology video of all time? No, of course not. Was Ashton fined $1 million for lying about the facts surrounding the murder of Ashley Ellerin and bearing some responsibility for letting a murderer walk free? No, not even that. Was Ashton Kutcher fined $1 million for perjuring himself on the stand in the trial of Ashley Ellerin's murder? No, not even that. Totally disrelated. Ashton and Mila were fined $1 million by the Securities Exchange Commission for peddling an NFT scam. Let's take a look at it, you guys. Ashton Kutcher, Mila Kunis, animated series Stoner Cats, fined $1 million by the SEC. This is from the New York Post, by the way, from a couple days ago. The cat is out of the bag. The SEC is blunt with their consequences. That is some stellar writing right there. I cannot lie. Ashton Kutcher and his wife Mila Kunis reportedly owe the SEC $1 million in fines after the SEC found that the embattled couple had been making unregistered offers of crypto asset securities. The government agency also claimed in a press release that Kutcher and Kunis were misleading investors for their new series, Stoner Cats. According to the announcement, the project sold more than 10,000 NFTs, which is non-fungible tokens, for a profit of $8 million in order to finance the animated series. But in doing so, the SEC claimed that they violated the Securities Act of 1933 by offering and selling these crypto asset securities to the public in an unregistered offering that was not exempt from registration. Stoner Cats, which stars Kunis, Kutcher, Chris Rock, and Jane Fonda, and several other stars, tells the story of a group of cats as they attempt to take care of their marijuana smoking owner who suffers from Alzheimer's disease. Reps for both Kunis and Kutcher were contacted by the Post for comment. The series creative team allegedly claimed that an advantage of purchasing one of their NFTs was that the buyer could resell it at a much higher value in the future. Yes, that would make it a security. And this is why all these NFT things are really scams, because they're being sold as securities and they're not registered as securities offerings with the SEC. According to the SEC, this boasting led investors to expect profits because a successful web series could cause the resale value of the Stoner Cats NFTs in the secondary market to rise. The agency also found that the group had created the token to give itself a 2.5% royalty each time that the NFT was purchased online. Quote, registration of securities, including crypto asset securities, protects investors by providing them with disclosures so they can make informed investing decisions. Stoner Cats wanted all the benefits of offering and selling a security to the public, but ignored the legal responsibilities that come with doing so. Yep, that's happening to a whole bunch of these guys who are selling NFTs. Since coming under scrutiny, this series was ordered to return monies that injured investors paid to purchase the NFTs. Stoner Cats has also agreed to destroy all NFTs in its possession or control and publish notice of the order on its website and social media channels. The couple's trouble with the SEC is but the latest in several scandals plaguing that 70s show alum. Kutcher and his wife first landed themselves in hot water after it was revealed that the couple had written character reference letters for their former co-star, Danny Masterson, who is currently serving 30 years to life in prison after being convicted of rape. The Punk'd creator and Bad Moms actress later recanted their statement, saying that the letters were only meant to be read by a judge. I actually take issue with that description. They did not recant their statement. They did not say we take it back. They did not apologize to Danny Masterson's victims. They sort of apologized for getting caught, but I digress. The Punk'd creator and Bad Moms actress later, I already read that. Quote, we're aware of the pain that has been caused by the character letters that we wrote on behalf of Danny Masterson. That's not an apology. That's not a recanting. We support victims. We've done this historically through our work and will continue to do so in the future. That's not a recanting. The letters were not written to question the legitimacy of the judicial system or the validity of the jury's ruling. That's not a recanting. Our heart goes out to every single person who has ever been the victim of sexual assault, sexual abuse, or rape. But you see, you've got to say that the way Mila said it, which is like with an attitude and her eyes closed and sort of rolling her eyes. Our hearts go out to all victims everywhere of sexual assault. You got to say it like you're pissed about it in order to really do it justice. And again, that's not a recanting. They never said, we take back what we said about Danny. We take back that he's a great guy. We take back that he's an excellent role model. We take back that he's great and kind and gracious with women. We take back that he would never have anything to do with drugs. See, now that would be a recanting. There was no recanting. There was no apology. And we've covered since then why that is the case. Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis hate the Jane Does. They think the Jane Does have cost them north of $40 million. And that's just for the exclusive streaming rights that didn't get picked up for that 70s show. Never mind all the lost revenue on the ranch. Who knows? I don't know what the syndication deals or the exclusive streaming rights are with the ranch, but you'd have to think that there's some money being lost there as well. I mean, it's just usually it's not every day is a great day at SPTV, a great day not to be in a cult. Ashton Kutcher isn't even in Scientology. He's not even in a cult. I don't know. Is he still in Kabbalah? Is Kabbalah a cult? I don't actually know anything about Kabbalah. Maybe he is in a cult. What do I know, guys? I grew up in a cult. Oh, I'm combining all my favorite sayings into one today. So, yeah, I meant to do this video a couple days ago, but there's just been so much going on, and it has been a crazy few days. Dave Owens says they should have checked in with Grant Cardone. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure Grant Cardone is not far behind. Let me see, guys. I thought there was something else that I wanted to say about this. Oh, I think I saw something that was breaking on Twitter about Ashton just before this, and I thought maybe I would incorporate it. You know, I should make a comment about Ashton's nonprofit Thorn. And I was going to do a video about this yesterday, the day before, but as I was doing a prep for the video, I was like, ooh, there's something I should look into there to make sure I'm not speaking out of turn. So Thorn, in like 2021, raised something like $18 or $19 million. And Thorn is a nonprofit. It's supposed to, the purpose of this nonprofit is to protect against trafficking of children or sexual abuse of children and trafficking of children specifically, not just anybody. And the organization brought in like $18 or $19 million, and 14 or so million of those dollars was spent on employee compensation. And I was like, oh my goodness, that's remarkable. But the only thing I really had to compare it to was the Aftermath Foundation, which is of course the foundation I'm the vice president of. Damn near 0%. Well, 0% of the money goes to compensate any of the board members. We pay some people a very small amount of money to help with the social media account and the web accounts and the website and stuff like that. But like a tiny amount of money. And therefore, like 95 or 98 north of like damn near 100% of the money that we raise gets spent on actually helping people who leave Scientology. And so when I saw that Thorn spent like, I don't know, 80+% of its money just paying its staff, at first I was like, oh my God, that's egregious. Like this looks like this is just a scam to pay his friends and family. Now, the reason I didn't do that video is because it also occurred to me that I don't know how Thorn goes about accomplishing its purpose. And unlike the Aftermath Foundation, where our funds is spent like literally helping people restart their lives and get set up with places to live and transportation and jobs and, you know, flying them back to their home country and stuff like that. That our foundation is just set up differently than possibly an organization like Thorn. But this is for you internet sleuths out there. If anyone has the time to dig a little deeper into how Thorn goes about accomplishing its mission, of course, Ashton had to resign Ashton and Mila had to resign from Thorn just due to the fallout from the Danny Masterson thing. I would like to do some sort of a video about this subject if there's something there. If there's something there. I haven't had a lot of time to really dig into it, but if any of you guys out there have had that time and you want to share the information with me, you can please send it to me at growingupinscientology@gmail.com. Okay, just a few more. I see a few more super chats and then we'll wrap this one up. This might be it for me this evening. Anna Lee Alden, thank you very much. The Real Hope, thank you very much. Diary of a Ghost. I really want to know if anyone in Scientology funded Thorn. That's a good question. And Obi O'Brien, where will the $1 million go? Who gets it? Well, so it's a fine. It's a fine, and it goes to the SEC, the Securities and Exchange Commission. I don't know if those fines that the SEC collects is revenue that they can use to bolster their own budget. Like, does it go to help fund their own activities, or does it get, does it get built up in some sort of a victims compensation, general victims compensation fund? I actually have no idea. But that fine does not go back to the victims of this, the investors who've been wronged in this particular NFT scam, to the best of my knowledge. And at first I was like, they raised $8 million and they're only being fined $1 million. Sounds like a great business model. And it looks like they're actually having to return all of the money plus pay a $1 million fine, is how I read it. Okay, The Real Hope says Judaism, Kabbalah, and Kabbalah Center are not related. I didn't think Kabbalah had anything to do with Judaism. I don't know any of those words. I don't know what any of those words mean. I thought Kabbalah was like its own thing. So Judaism, Kabbalah is something I've never heard before. Kabbalah Center is what I assumed was Kabbalah. Wasn't Kabbalah Center what Ashton and Madonna and Demi Moore and all that stuff? Wasn't that their thing? Anyway, I'll have to look into it. I don't really want to look into it, but I will. Okay, Anna Lee Alden. Do you know what prison Danny Masterson is at? Did you get the email? I've gotten a few emails with the updated information in the LA Superior Court or the Sheriff's database of where Danny is. Except it doesn't really say where he is. It just said SP, which stood for, I forget what SP stood for, but it's funny. It was something prison. God, what was it? I can tell you this. What I remember is that whatever SP stood for, it wasn't the location of a prison. It was just sort of a status, whether it was status pending or something like that. So I do not know what prison Danny Masterson is at yet. And yes, I have received a bunch of emails, but none of the emails contain the information. Anna, if I'm missing something in particular, please resend it and I'll be happy to do some kind of an update. All right, everybody, it is 6:30. It's Monday. There's a lot of stuff that I want to do. I just don't know if I have time to do it. So we'll see, guys. Thank you for hanging out with me this evening. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't. Hit that like button if you haven't. I'd greatly appreciate it. Thank you, as always, to everyone who watches until the very end, and I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, if you want to see my rock and roll songs, click right on this guitar. And if you want to see a different one of my videos, then you could click right inside here. If you have subscribed or not, subscribe right here. Bye.